To the community call. This week is our 149th meeting, and so just FYI there. I'm going to go ahead and present my screen. Can one of you let me know if you can see the share?
Yes, Christian, yes.
Okay, great. Cool. Yeah, so we did miss last week due to me wanting to go to Build. So I went to some sessions of the Build conference, and then here on the screen is the notes from last time. And what was interesting about last time is that we did have a separate behavioral model meeting, and wanted to check in on some of those older items to make sure we still needed them, or work with Junhua and Riff, et cetera, to see if we needed help from the community. So I sent a separate set of notes on that for the people who attended. It was pretty good. And then last week we needed to talk to the SDN team because Murcia had some not high priority but lower priority questions around the destination MAC address and how that was found, and is there a gateway, is there not a gateway, are we ARPing, that kind of thing. And so I went ahead and got the answers from the SDN team and put them into his issue request. So hopefully it's answered the questions. I don't think we have Michael on the call. And also HA work is also underway with Jing and Riff Jiang. And so they've been working a lot with Keysight to get HA testing going. And then XFlow Research had offered to do the counters, and off to the side, I provided them some context around how to do that, how to initiate the PR in not the Dash repo, but the SONiC, which folder, et cetera, in the SONiC repo. So hopefully we'll get started with that. And then lastly, we were looking for help optimizing the ASIC DB. And I talked with Prabhat Aravind, and he said in addition to protobuf work, he thought we may want to remove Dash objects entirely from the ASIC DB. And so I think we needed to have more discussion around that. So that's what was going on this last time. And we don't have Murcia with us right now. He was going to do a couple of experiments. So, in summary, last time we had 3 completed, and the queue is only getting bigger, just FYI. And so I'll go, any questions on this here? And so, of course, the YouTube video is here, at the bottom. Maybe I should start putting that at the top, but yeah. And then so did anyone have a PR you wanted to bring up first, or? No? Okay. And so in the main repo, we had that question from Murcia. And it was this one, the private link overlay destination MAC. And so I kind of I think I must have put the answers in the other one that he had, sorry. This one, yeah. Yeah, so these were the answers if anyone's interested in issue 678 around the inbound ACL tables and the answers from the SDN team, and Michael's reply about the local ARP service and what the smart switch needs to do or doesn't need to do, et cetera. And then hear about the inbound routing versus the outbound routing table and the answer from Michael here. So hopefully this answers Murcia's question when he comes back. And so in our, I don't know if you guys can see our queue here. I was hoping XFlow Research would be on the call to talk about the counters, but if they're not, that's okay. What I did notice this week is a lot more got done than I thought. So this one in particular, I've been waiting on, this remove cache for high volume Dash objects. And we had started with this to try and optimize memory, and then the SONiC, I don't know if it was the SONiC pipeline or the all-up GitHub pipeline was having issues merging, and I think we had to apply an Ubuntu fix and then do that for all of the repos and then make sure it was all working. So that put us back a couple of weeks getting all that done. And so just FYI, guys, this one was merged, 5 days ago. And so hopefully this will allow more testing, more future testing for scale, right? So we can make sure we're not, eating up all the memory. So that one was merged. And another big one, a lot of HA work has been done, and I know Cisco's been helping out a lot, Fred from Cisco and Murali and others with Riff and Jing about adding in the pieces for HAMgrD and just different pieces of HA. Murali, is there anything you want to talk to about these ones, or I don't know if Fred's on the line?
Yeah, Fred's not on the line, but I can provide some background on what's happening, right? So essentially, the DPU to DPU flow sync that needs to be managed needs a control plane component sitting on the host, so which is basically the HAMgrD. So it basically performs a state machine to ensure that the HA state is properly reconciled, and then the corresponding NPU programmability is set up in a way that you can redirect packets to a backup DPU in case the active one, which is local to it, is failing. So, and it also takes in signals from the overall system health and all of that to determine the actual, DPU HA states. So the HAMgrD is a component that we've been contributing towards this effort. And underneath the HAMgrD, there is a SWBusD, which is a messaging infrastructure, and it runs as a service. So SWBusD. So that basically connects between the various HAMgrD entities within the system and across the system. So those are the two things. There's a HLD that Riff has already, may have shared with the community. I think he did.
The update Smart Switch HA detailed design.
There is one more probably. I have.
Okay.
So those two things are like the background. One is this HA design itself is the overall framework under which we are implementing it, and then the SWBusD HAMgrD as a subtext to the overall implementation aspects of this HA design that we have. So those are the things we are contributing, and we can possibly, when Riff is also around, we can kind of revisit and walk through end to end a little bit together with, our team also.
Yeah.
So that's the context under which this is happening. And the implementation currently is focused on the DPU scoped HA, which means the DPU to DPU flow sync happens and the entire flow state is synced, inline synced, and kind of synced if there's a failure of the remote DPU, the flow sync, bulk flow sync also happens. So counter to that, there's a second mode, which is the ENI scope, which is a little bit more fine-grained version of this. That's a separate implementation. We are not taking that up at this point. I think NVIDIA team was looking to work on that, and we've had some design reviews in the Smart Switch community calls around that as well. So these are the two modes that the overall HA design framework supports, and the implementation aspect of this is governed by the messaging infrastructure called as SWBusD and the HAMgrD, which is the overall state machine engine, and both of these are implemented in Rust. Not in C++. So that's something new. As the first time we are attempting that. So that's all an implementation that's happening in Rust.
Yeah. Thank you. I was wondering, you guys, I seem to do a little bit of reporting here on HA, and I do it because I think it's interesting to this group, but it also belongs in the Smart Switch Linux Foundation group. And so I don't know if it's useful for you guys to have me showing this kind of stuff here, or I'm curious what you think. Or is it okay to have it in both spots?
It's good to have it happen in both spots, really, because I think sometimes people do attend one or the other and they know where this is. And if you look at the overall kind of Dash framework of use cases, HA was one of them, really, right? So if you look at that clover leaf blue circle box that was floating around, that has HA. So it's important to address that here as well. Christina, from my
Okay.
opinion.
Okay. How about anyone else? Does AMD team or NVIDIA guys or TCS? Do you think it's valuable to have HA updates in this forum or just show the work that's going on in the background? I'm going to take that as a yes. I didn't hear anything. And also, too, what I can also show you too is the ones without anything next to them here are items I'm pulling in and kind of evaluating. And you can see here for HA, the DPU driven mode, I think that Murali was talking about here.
Mm-hmm.
That's open. Yep. So if you're interested in reading,
That's
this is in the main SONiC repo. So what I'm doing is I'm kind of transiting repos here where the different pieces of work are done, which is fine. I don't mind doing it. And so that's that there. And I believe that's in process. And
in parallel with this is also a SONiC management test effort that is underway to ensure the HA validation happens in a two-box HA mode. So there's a SONiC management suite of tests that we are starting to build together with the Microsoft team, and us contributing to that right now.
Yeah, I saw some in draft, these HA Smart Switch test case 2 and 3 plan switchover, so I have that one. But I can look for the rest of them. Yeah. And then I guess this one here, this initialize HA Manager D from config DB and connect to the bus here. It looks like it's waiting for review.
Correct.
So
there are a bunch of PRs raised. All of this implementation. Yes.
Exactly. And then the DPU actor. So just FYI to everyone. I'll continue to show that here then if you guys think that's important. And then we had a bug here from NVIDIA. They were, I don't know who, Hemant, I know Hemant, okay. Yeah, so it looked like we had a bug counter, even though we only had one unique underlay IP. So it looks like NVIDIA opened it, and I guess we need to have the SONiC team look at that. Is there anyone here? Maybe Yakif, do you know anything about this one from your counterpart? Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Hi. Did you happen to know anything about this bug reported by NVIDIA, Yakif? Because I don't see this Hemant on the call.
We're not able to hear you, Yakif.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know how to fix that. That should be better, right?
Yeah.
Okay, it's easy fix. So, no, I do not. Maybe Sai knows, but also probably not.
Yeah, I know a bit about the bug. So the thing is, when this same underlay IP for different VNet mappings, so it's counting as multiple things, but it should be only one. So yeah, that is why the bug arises.
So this needs to have someone from the SONiC team look at it. It looks like so. Prabhat and Prince, pretty much. Have those guys reached out to you at all? Prabhat or Prince?
I'm not sure if they reached out to Hemant.
Okay, I'll check in because I meet with those guys on Fridays. See if we can get it looked at. Okay, and then we have updates to test cases, KVM support, BFD, kind of work underway. So these ones in with white next to them. Oh, it looks like Cisco's working on this one. Yeah. Oh, add remote DPU DB to BFD mon. So he's working on that. So I'm just kind of working to go through these and see where they're at. See where this
this is to ensure that the BFD configuration is populated properly towards the DPUs.
Okay, yeah, and so work there, and then of course more HA work here for handling notifications. So is that and my utility for HA. Okay, so we had those, and then I guess, Marian, were these two super important, this session bounce back and TTL? I know those have been open for a while, but it does say lower priority.
Yeah, they are somewhat lower priority because I'm helping Ref's team to define missing SI APIs. So there is a pull request for me in SI repo. So currently I'm not working on this.
Okay, yeah. You know what? I forgot that I also need to query the SI repo. So I haven't been doing that. So I'll make a note to do that after I get out of this call. So yeah, it looks like this week, if you look at it, if you hit the Insights button and go to the status, we have a ton in progress. So 24 and, quite a few waiting review. So I can check in on those. And I don't know if anyone from TCS joined. I don't see anyone. And we do have someone. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Hi, Satya.
Yes, hi. I'm from TCS. You're just asking something,
Yeah.
Christine.
Yeah, I was trying to remember if we had assigned something else to help with, but I can't remember quite at this moment.
No, actually, we are looking. Is there any opportunity for TCS to contribute on the issue number 334?
334.
We just want to check on this.
334. I don't seem to have it. What repo is that in? And is it the dash repo? It's in the dash repo. Okay. Let me take a peek here. Issue 334.
No bulk API.
Here it is. No bulky. Oh, so this was Vladimir. I remember him. Yeah, to test the bulk dash API via SI level, bulk API support needs to be added into SI Thrift RPC generator. Okay, so this was a couple years ago. Marian, do you think we still need this at the?
Okay.
I'm checking. I was asking Marian. Sorry.
Oh, I don't know actually if SONiC is using bulk APIs. I guess it does, but it's better to check with someone from SONiC team because I don't remember.
Okay. Let me check on that for you, Satya.
Sure. That will be great.
I think they are. I seem to remember some bulk API work being done in, I do in OrcAgent or something. I don't remember. So yeah, I'll check on that.
We even saw a couple of open issues in SONiC build image repo under FRR. To whom we need to approach on this if we want to contribute over there.
Under FRR?
Yes.
So I think for SONiC, I think you just go ahead and create the PR. Or do you need some guidance around where to create the PR? Or
actually, to whom will there be any calls going on that to whom we need to approach?
Oh, SONiC calls are they on Tuesdays?
Is there any point of contact like you to whom we need to approach to get that issue assigned on to TCS, all those things?
Yes. Yeah. Let me give you his name. Anil Reddy.
Anil Reddy.
Let me find it real quick for you. His name is Anil. Sorry, just one second. I was trying Panala. Okay, Anil Reddy Panala. So I will get his email alias for you, and I'll type his name.
Yep. Thank you so much, Christine.
Okay, I put that in the chat window.
Yeah, sure, thanks.
Okay, and that was for FRR. Awesome. Yeah, so great. And then I kind of lost my train of thought here. Yeah, so that's what I have this week, and I will go ahead and check the SI repo. And do you guys have anything you want to talk about or cover? Okay, yeah, I guess at this point it's more like, I'll go ahead and summarize the work weekly and see if anyone wants to help with certain things. And, I do appreciate y'all coming. Oh, I remember what I was going to talk about. So we have someone new. His name is Erum. He's on the call and he's from, is it VMware, Erum? Okay. Well, if you are there, I think you're on mute, but we do have a new person here from, I believe it's VMware. So, hi, welcome to the team.
I'm not. Sorry, I'm from NetApp.
NetApp. Okay, sorry, I got it wrong then. Yeah. Did you want to introduce yourself or anything?
No, I'm actually looking at just overall. So we also heavily working on SONiC in the backend of our new generation. So we were trying to understand even in our when we are building the storage arrays, we need to understand how the I/O and the switching all of that, optimizing everything. So I'm kind of
basically for like
that
the SONiC NOS or the network operating system.
Yes, as well as how it will be working in communication with the I/O cards as well, right? So
okay, yeah, I think that's a great point. I believe the SONiC team. If you go to the Linux Foundation calendar, I believe the SONiC meetings are run on. I think they're Tuesday and Thursday, but you can check the calendar. And I know that they're in the morning so that they can cover international time zones, and so those are there. And then this is SONiC Dash, which is the operating system for the DPUs, and then the features that we're implementing, like the flows and the features for the flows. So we're happy to have you here as well, because the DPU and the NPU have to communicate to each other in our new platforms that we're working on. So
exactly. Okay.
Yeah,
and
cool.
I know this is interesting too.
Oh, good. I'm glad. Okay,
good.
great.
Thanks.
All right, thanks a lot. Well, thanks everyone for your time today. If there's anything I can help with, please let me know. And again, Satya, I'll get you that information. And that's it. That's all I have. So everyone, have a good day.
Thanks, you too.
Okay, thanks.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Bye.
Appreciate your. Okay, bye-bye.
Thanks, Christina.
Bye-bye.